graduate employees, as they call themselves. And I just think that the people I work with are great, with some notable exceptions. I was not active in the union until October of last year. One of my coworkers was being targeted, criticized, scrutinized. She had gotten to the point where she was so anxiety-ridden, she was absolutely incapable of defending herself. And they had called a disciplinary meeting. And I said to her, I would go with you for moral support. She's like, I don't want, to escalate this. I said, I'll just be there for moral support. At the time, I believed this is obviously some kind of understanding. This is a fabulous employee. She's the most positive, energetic person you could ever want to work with. Went to the meeting. The HR rep was there. The manager was there. I was there. And Anita was there. Anita from Local 34. And we presented, explanation. They had this list of errors that she had made. And we presented some countering evidence, so this happened because of that, whatever. And I made a few, what I thought were constructive suggestions to resolve issues. Okay, fine, the meeting's over, we leave. 2 weeks later, she gets a letter that says, without immediate and sustained improvement in her performance, she will be subject to further disciplinary action, up to and including termination. Not one item was contained in that letter that supported our defense of her, that explained any of the issues, that noted any of the constructive suggestions that had been disregarded by management. So we continued and took it further. I won't bore you with the details, and some of you were at the Step 3 grievance meeting, which was not at all boring, I will assure you. But the more involved I got in the process, the more it became absolutely crystal clear to me that this is a systemic problem at Yale. This is not isolated to one bad manager. This is a systemic policy almost of supporting managers over workers, of disregarding the defenses of workers, and the more involved in it, the madder I got. And if you want to organize people to make them mad, that's what's going to do it. So, since in the past year, I've become quite active in Local 34. I was just voted onto the executive board a couple of weeks ago. I have participated in a number of fights. We have demonstrated in front of the provost's office partly to get the provost to address the issue of the unfair treatment of my coworker, where we had a petition with 300 signatures of CNT workers, faculty members, undergraduates, graduate students, still did not get any response. We have had an employee participation meeting where we've been addressing the downgrading and elimination of high-level CNT positions, where the university tried to spin everything and say it was a new pilot project where people were retiring, and these were happy leavings, when in fact people are leaving because they're just disgusted with the way things are going on. And most recently, and something that's been incredibly meaningful to me and will tie into Jennifer's comments about community activism, I became involved in the political committee for Local 34. We were teamed, Local 34 members and Local 35 members. We went out and talked to our coworkers, people that we've never met before. I've been in buildings I've never been in before. And we went into the community and we knocked on doors. And the result of that is incredible to me. That's what we did different in Connecticut, that's different from the rest of the country. That's what got 25% more voter turnout in Ward 9 than had ever been seen there before. And they were turned out not for the candidate who had been endorsed by the Democratic town committee, but they were there for the candidate that the union was supporting, because that's the kind of work that was done. And I have to give a huge hats off to Hugh Barron, who's in the back of the room. So all I can say is the university continues to make me mad, and so I will continue to challenge back and push back against them, and I'm going to continue to encourage my coworkers to do the same. There's no need to be afraid to do it, which I think holds some people back. It can be uncomfortable at times, but you just stick through it and it goes away, and the results are incredible. So thank you very much.